I'm not sure what all that vibrating's about, but it looks like the front left drive wheel is vibrating, so I'm guessing be the left side. Tear apart and find out. Okay, here we go. All that vibrating is coming from the left side, I believe, so I'm going to tear it apart and find out. I'm expecting to maybe have to change the position sensor on the left hip, unless I find this already been changed. Don't know yet. Going to explore. Okay, I removed the 4 screws on the side cover. I'm going to pop that guy off. This guy can be pulled out, turning it sideways, finding the wide part. Okay, this is the power cable for the left drive wheel, which is in the rear of the robot on the left side. And then we're going to pull this position sensor bracket that works in unison with the PC board sensor on the left side. I'll show you as I pull each piece. Position sensor bracket, the flat side of this guy faces forward and up towards the front idle wheel and the front of the robot. So remember that, because when you put it together you need to put it in the right position. This flat side and this bracket mount like this, flat side facing up in that direction. Pay attention to how the charger red lead for the charger has a diode and where it's mounted, because when you put it all together you have to put it back and you're going to be wondering where the heck was this guy stuck. This guy's positioned right here. Each time I tear one apart, depending I guess the technician that built the robot, they have them different places. I like the way this one was mounted. It's out the way and allows flexibility and function everywhere. So remember how yours was so you can go back in the same position. Again, positive side, charger, left side, robot, red lead. This diode is bent and stuck in there. I like the way that was mounted. That's kind of cool. Because you really don't know what to do with these. And just copy how yours was done and go from there. Okay. This position sensor has not been changed before. I'm going to put a new one and let you come along with me as I do it so you can see how they go. But to do that, I'm going to have to tear more of the robot apart. So let's get working on Loona. The first thing I'm going to do is take the back cover. I'll let you. Okay, this is the back cover to allow you to take the top and the bottom off. I keep my screws on a magnetic plate. Helps me not lose them. My hands are big. The screws are awful small. Okay, back cover off. Now we're going to undo the screws and take this top cover that has the microphones and the speaker mounted. So we're going to do that next. This little bitty round thing is the speaker for Loona, and that unclips here. This little bitty guy on this side goes to the microphone array. It's pickup microphones, so she can hear you. This guy gets undone. So, microphone for ears, speaker for Loona to talk. And for the things I'm going to do, I don't have to go any further on the covers, ears, screen, nothing like that. So what I'm going to do is undo position resistor. It's a variable rotating resistor, and because it works with the brackets and positioning, it lets this leg know where it is. It lets Loona know. I'm guessing, because I can't find anything broken, I'm going to guess this guy is getting dirty, defective, cracked, or whatever, and it's causing the shaking, unsteadiness. So we'll go from there. Sensor, position sensor for the left leg. This is forward, this is reverse. And I can find nothing broken. These guys, when they get defective and cracked, they'll start throwing all kinds of noises, wobbles, vibrations, because it's constantly missending information for this guy. And it'll do this kind of stuff. So I'm going to guess that's what's going on. And I'll change it out, and then we'll try it again and find out if it does. So this is the left leg. Okay, this lead is red, white, and black. Small lead. This is the plug-in for this sensor. And this wire lead that pulls through the robot to the PCB board. I'm going to use string and be able to pull it back in when I undo it. So I'm going to undo this guy first, and then I'll show you what I do with my string. Got to be careful, these guys are delicate. Okay. Okay, now we're going to undo the bracket for this left hip position sensor. Pay attention to how they mount. They got some little helping tabs, but it still helps to kind of recognize where everything goes. And which screws are used where. Small silver screws that do not have a built-in washer. Okay, precision sensor bracket is now loose. And turn it over, and you'll notice that there's a tab on one side. When you pull yours off, make sure you know where the tab was. You can see a small, on the plastic motor mount, there's a small indentation here. That's where this tab goes into this indentation. Remember that, because there is a right way and a wrong way to put this bracket holding this rotating sensor. Now that I got it loose, I'm going to feed this guy, and that's how I pull my lead in and out of my chassis. Okay. Now I can pull it in and out and whatever else I want to work with. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set the robot down, tools out the way, and I'm going to get my soldering stuff out. Okay, here's my workstation, my helping hands, my soldering iron, solder. Let's get set up. Turn the soldering on, clean it, and get it ready for soldering. Okay, soldering iron's pretty dirty. Let's see if I can clean that guy up. Looking better, looking better. Much better. A little bit of rosin. Soldering very small parts. I try to make these heads last as long as I can. So, this bracket looks damaged. So we're going to keep the PCB board, but we're going to use a different variable rheostat when we get that prepped, and I'll show you more. Got to be careful. These wires are delicate and break easy. I'll try not to break it. It's such a nuisance with fat fingers. Old man and big hands. I'm going to try to desolder these with the variable rheostat and pull it off. So these guys look like from the manufacturer. Long tabs, pins for orientation. These guys go like that. I'll have to prep this guy up. I'll show you that in the next step. U piece, O piece. Let's get the old one off that PCB. Okay. Okay. PCB boards are delicate, and I'm not very finesse-wise, so I'm going to have to try to make do. The foil for this PC board contact came off with the rotating resistor, and I'm going to have to solder directly to this white lead, which is what the foil did, and we'll go from there. This will be learn as you go. These little plastic tabs on the bottom of this guy, positioning these 4 holes, tries to keep everybody lined up, so we're going to try to do the same. Okay. Use this guy to hold them together, and let's see how this will work. One lay down, see if we can steady it up a little bit. Okay. Let's see how the rotation feels. Smooth. Okay, have to try it in place, see how it works. Okay, let's use our string and pull our lead back in. Okay. Let's mount this guy to the bracket. Okay. That's how this guy fits down in there. Screws go such. Tab goes in hole. There we go. Lose these guys easy, so beware. Be diligent. Be patient. Okay, got it. Okay, now we're going to mount this guy pointing down. This tab goes into this slot. Okay, position, sensor bracket, motor, clicked all screws, everything's tight. Bracket with the flat side facing properly. This flat side on this rotating resistor faces forward to coordinate with this bracket that faces this way. This bracket has a flat side also. Both of these guys facing this way. Everything lines up, slips down. Diode with the charger plugs in here, gives it slack. We'll go from there, we'll form this to fit. It gives slack so it can pivot. This guy has slack. So let's get the flat side and the bracket down. Okay, we're going to loop this lead through here and see if that'll work for its pivoting. Flat side lines up with flat side and bracket goes flush. Now this guy has the slack in these two on this motor, or do I want to put this on the outside? Put on the outside. For this setup, the way these brackets are falling, we're going to put this guy this way. And we'll bend these guys down so they don't catch on nothing. And this guy, plenty of slack for that. Okay, here we go. Uses the screws, they had the built-in washers. Bracket mounted, flush, forward. Okay, power to the drive wheels, actuated, diode, charging port, everything's secured. Let's put the side cover on. Okay, snap cover on, diode back in place, secure leads, make sure everybody stays in place. Screw this guy down, 4 silver screws. Okay, 4 screws in, clip charger cover, screw in the rear, well, drive wheel. Make sure everybody's snug down. Okay, microphone, speaker. Phone's plug. Get the itty bitty speaker plug. And maybe for guys with itty bitty hands. Okay. Try both ways, see which way fits in easy. Do not force it. Get all 3 of these tabs started first. It's going to feel scary and tight, but they need to go all in the same time. As you see, it stayed together. Okay, now you got another snap, but make sure all your wires are out of the way first. You don't want to compress something and cut it. Okay, snaps together when it's done properly. Okay, let's close this cover up. You got snug down, here's free. Everybody looks okay. Find this cover and screw that goes together. Okay, and there's a screw that goes in there. Let me go find it. Okay. We'll consider it success unless I find out different. Shaky noise, left hip position sensor. It was the original sensor. These sensors seem to go out pretty regularly on the left, right hips. Also, same sensors used in the ears. Been a couple of days. Hello, Loona. I worked on your hip a couple of days ago. How's your hip working?
Hey, Gary. My hip's feeling a bit better. How's your day going?
My day's going fine.
Anything fun or interesting happening today?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you're fixed or not.
Any specific tests you have in mind? I appreciate your inquisitive nature. I'm constantly evolving and learning, so I might not be fixed in the traditional sense. Think of me as a work in progress, getting smarter with each interaction. If you have any specific concerns or questions, feel free to share.
Okay, well then let's see you operate. I'm going to let you run around for a little while.
Time to roll around and show off my moves. Let's see how things are sounding and feeling. Ready when you are, Gary.
Go explore. Okay. 2 days later, still working fine. Operation a success. Okay, Loona was making awful noise, it's vibrating. I found that the left position sensor was defective. Seems okay now. Until next time, Loona number 2 back in operation.